Hello and welcome to another guitar channel. Hiya. Another guitar channel is a channel for all those guitarists who cannot play the guitar but they love to turn the knobs and who like to know what they're playing, or for people who like to swap pickups or like the history of the instruments and things like that. So that's what it is for here, and actually that's why I'm talking to you right now and in my previous and next episodes as well. Today we're gonna go back in the history to the year 1987. Probably lots of you wasn't even born then yet. Why are we going there and what for we going there? Actually, that's the year when the history of the S series from Ibanez started, because the topic of today's video, the hero of the day, is S470DZ from Ibanez. Guitar looking like that. Beautiful instrument, well known for years, as we just found out, for, you know what, like 33 years. God's sake, that's a lot. I was 10 when they started to make them. Anyway, the first series of those instruments were called Saber, like a lightsaber, you know, from Star Wars, and probably it was because of the shape of it, because those guitars are very, very specific in shape. They in some way are inspired by Gibson SG. Comparing Gibson Les Paul and Gibson SG, and comparing standard Super Strat, which was still based on the Stratocaster model from the era I'm talking about, those instruments can be called SG inspired. Of course, they are, like, you know, like I said, they are rather Super Strats still, and they got absolutely nothing common, except they are guitars. They are absolutely nothing common with Gibson designs, and they are more likely to be coming out of the Fender designs. But you know, I think the Super Strat, so Jackson, Kramer, Charvel and Ibanez, is another line of the instruments. Even though they are being called Super Strats, they are still something not new now, but they are like a new classic. That's, if you know what I'm talking about, yeah. So going out of the Super Strats, they are a little bit different, and that's why they are being called SG, because the body here is carved from both sides to make it quite thin on the sides of the body, and that's what Saber is coming. That's where the Saber is coming from. So both sides of the body are thicker in the middle of it, especially where the pickups and the bridge are. So the base of the body is quite thick, like a normal guitar. But then up to the sides, on both sides, on the top, on the bottom, up to the sides, it's going to be, you know, like thinner and thinner. It's not going to be like, you know, razor thin, but it's much thinner than in the middle of the instrument, and that's why they are called Saber. That's why people tend to say they got different sound as well than the normal G, than the normal standard, you know, thick body instruments, and they are sometimes having a lack of bass tones. I don't think it's true, to be honest with you, because I got two guitars from this range now at home, and actually I used to have lots of them, and I never had an issue with the bass coming out of it. So this is some kind of the mythology, you know. Guitarists are the mythomaniacs. Mythomaniacs is the word in English like that? But they like to build up stories that actually are not always true, and guitarists like to believe in those stories that are not always true as well. This instrument is a beautifully shaped instrument. It's an instrument which is made to be very, very comfortable and to be very, very easy to play and actually to be very easy to use for a long time. So I would even go for some kind of theory now that it would be a great instrument for those who are playing on wedding parties, and they need to play like for 6 hours, you know, continuously. And actually, if they're looking for something which is comfortable, light, good sounding, quite versatile, and giving many options and many characters of the sound, S series from Ibanez is something for those people. Of course, they are made to be shredding guitars, and they are made to you know, to make you play metal and all those fast solos in mixodylian scales and things like that. Lots of metal players, not only metal, but lots of shredding players are using them. For example, Frank Gambale, who's not at any point connected with metal, but he's a shredder, he was using them. Lita Strauss was using them as well. Herman Lee was having his own version of S-style guitar. So actually they are really for the shredders, and actually they are made to play metal, but not only, because most of them got HSH pickup configuration. The one I have here, which will be on my channel soon, has got 2 humbucker configuration, and you know, it's a little bit, it's not so versatile like that one, but lots of S series has the HSH configuration, HSS configuration, things like that. So they are able to give you as many sounds as you like. This particular instrument, like all of the S series, has tremolo. There was only one version of S series instrument without the tremolo, which is called SF, and it was made by Ibanez for a very short time. There is, of course, many different guitars based on S shape, and there's like two types of it mostly. It's SA, which is flat on the top, and is SZ, which is a little bit thicker and more Gibsonish, but they are both coming out of this S Sabre range. Yeah, but mostly, I mean, the most of the S series, the normal S series, like we got here, that one here, the most of it will have the tremolo, and it may be the edge tremolo, it may be some kind of Floyd Rose licensed tremolo, or like in this particular instrument here, and like in this particular instrument here, in both of them, it can be ZR, zero resistance bridge, which is the most advanced and the best Floyd Rose's style bridge in the world. That's what people like to say. But anyway, it is a very good bridge if you're looking for the double-sided tremolo, double locking, double-sided tremolo. That is something for you. Why is it different? It's different because you got bearing pivots here with the balls inside, so it's like there's absolutely no knives, edge knives to hold the you know, the bridge floating. It's all on the bearing pivots on the both sides here. So that's what it is. Then on the back of the bridge you got special springs with spring tensions, and actually you can adjust it to the level that will give you the satisfaction. And it may look complicated, but it's much way more simple than the Floyd Rose setting up is, to be honest with you. When the string breaks, actually you don't have to worry that the whole bridge will go up or down, and actually you will need to swap the string quickly and it will go out of tune, and you will need to set it up again. Those pivots, bearing pivots, and the whole system is holding the bridge in quite same position. The same when you bend one string, all the other strings stays in tune, so it's not like in the Floyd Rose bridge where you just move a little bit and the whole bridge is floating. So that's why it is like that, and that's why it's considered to be the best tremolo ever. Unfortunately, Floyd Rose had some patents, and actually they told Ibanez that they cannot use it anymore and they cannot produce it anymore. So those bridges are quite people demand them. They want to put them in their instruments, and sometimes, I think the last time I saw it on eBay was like £240 just for the bridge, what is in some way funny, because this guitar is something around like £220–250 each on the used market. So actually some people will try to sell you the whole bridge just for this price. To be honest with you, this guitar is worth this money, with this bridge especially, and actually it will give you satisfaction of playing in every single note you're gonna play with it if you buy it. So it is a very, very good guitar. The only disappointing thing in this instrument is the pickups. Ibanez used power sound pickups here, PS&D, and actually I'm not a fan of them. They are not bad if they are used in cheap Geo series, and if they are used in some kind of cheap instruments, they could be good for those instruments then. Why not? You know, it's a cheap instrument, so cheap pickups. But this instrument is from S470 range, so it's 400 series of Ibanez. And I'm really pissed off with them that they are using PS&D in those kind of instruments. They are cutting costs like that. I'm not a big fan of it. You know, those pickups will give you sound. They will play for you, and they will make some kind of frequencies that you may even like. But to be honest with you, at least in 4-in-3 or not something better should be, inside of this guitar. So this is like the minus of it. But from the other hand, the pickup is the most changed part of the instrument if someone is into what we are here, so into gear. Probably you will buy this guitar and you will change the pickups as soon as possible. That is what I would do if I keep this guitar. I'm selling it, and I'm hoping that someone who's buying it of me is gonna change the pickups and actually then enjoy the quality of this instrument, and how good it is, and actually what we can get out of it. So that's what it is. It is a very, very nice instrument, and I would recommend for everybody who's trying to get some good instrument for a good price, and for everybody who doesn't have lots of money, to go for this instrument in particular, because it is a very well made instrument, very nice, very versatile, and very comfortable to play guitar. Of course, Ibanez is not making them just like that anymore. This model is from 2003, and you may look for other guitars from S range, from S series, which are being produced now. The test is recorded. The first thing what you had in the beginning, it is Odin Sono and Joyo Uzi in 2 channels. We got 2 different sim cups. It's the same track, but actually I just split it into 2 channels. Because of Odin Sono is like that. Actually, you can record separately 2 channels, one with the SIM cup from the unit, and then the other one without it, and then you can just use your own choice of SIM cups from VST plugins. So actually that's what I've done, and actually I put it like in both on the both sides, and it gives you the powerful sound. Then of course, like in all of my tests, when I'm playing the guitar, there will be like sound from the wood. It's out of tune now. Anyway, so that's what it is. And then the last but not the least, the most important part of the test is Boss Katana MK2 stock settings, factory settings. recorded with the headphone output straight into the mixer without any microphone. It's recording like that beautifully. I really recommend it, and actually it's recorded like that, and actually there's lots of sounds coming out of it, and you will see the panel and you will know what's playing. So thanks a lot for still being here. I hope that if you watch those videos, you watch them all, or at least to the point when I'm finishing talking. And enjoy the test, enjoy me playing the guitar, you know. Enjoy. Bye bye.